Welcome to the Chino Valley Update Podcast, brought to you by the Chino Valley Area Chamber of Commerce. And here's our host, President and CEO, Lorette Brashear.
Hi everyone, my name is Lorette Brashear with the Chino Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, and I'm the President and CEO, and my guest today is Bill Livernois with Big Sky Plumbing. Hey, how are you today?
Good afternoon.
How do you like this? I mean, what a great grand opening. We're here. Is this what you typically thought of for a modular home?
Modular homes, no, this one's a lot larger, and the plumbing in it, I'm looking at it saying it's pretty good.
The plumbing in it is pretty good. There you got it. You guys got the plumbing seal of approval.
And you have space.
And you have space. And so, Bill, Big Sky Plumbing, how long have you guys been around?
I've been Big Sky Plumbing since 2005. I've been plumbing since 95. I was doing new construction for the first few years, and then I turned out to do service work, and I've been doing it. I got back with my dad and took him until he retired, and then have been doing the service work ever since.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. What got you into plumbing? Was it your dad? Is that where you started? How did you get into it?
I came east, and it turns out where this was, I didn't want to be there anymore, so I came out here. I had a job as a plumber. I learned the profession from the ground up, and that's basically the way it started. And so it's a little different than other plumbers. Some people just do straight service work. Some people do straight new construction or in commercial or industrial. And I learned doing the new stuff, and now I do service work for everybody.
And it's amazing. You have helped the chamber leaps and bounds. I just want to let everyone know that thank you. You've done a lot of the work, and it was a little bit challenging. I almost have to say I hated when you'd call me.
It's just to tell you there was a delay happening.
No, okay, it was always something. It was like, your line is wrapped around these tree roots, or did you not know this pipeline doesn't go? It's
very similar. The irrigation guys were there, and they're ready to put their big rocks in place, and they dig down a little bit and said, "This is in the way. We can't get low enough." And I go, "That's a gas line. Do you need it moved?" We look at it, and you pop up and say 1935?
1932.
1932 is when this was born. So it turns out where we got rid of that whole line and rerouted it to the other side of the house, and they went through and they dug up the stuff that they had been taken care of.
It was definitely a labor of love, and I'm so glad you were part of it, in a good way. Even though it was a headache the whole way, there was so many things that what could have gone wrong did.
Oh, yes. There were other people previous to us purchasing the place, and the toilet, it wasn't flushing right, and it seemed to go uphill before it went down.
It was good old times. But I want to say thank you so much, because I have not experienced a kinder, just a nicer plumber, but also you explain it. And I'm one of those that I just don't even understand it from the get. I'm like, oh, excuse me, what did you say? But even when you've come out personally to my house and said, this is what's wrong, just do this, I'm like, oh, well, that made a difference.
I have to justify everything that I do by explaining it to you. That's my flat line, because other plumbers come out and they just want to get into your house once. I want to get into your house once, and I want to tear you up. No. I don't have to make my nut off of you every month.
Right.
I have well over, the last time we kind of put the calendar, the Rolodex cards in, there were well over 600 people in this since about 2003 that this was happening. So people like having me around, and one gentleman ended up saying, he was a professor at a college, and he goes, I've had plumbers around, but you're a different plumber.
Very different. You're very honest, and what I love about it, you're very honest, you're very gentle, and you're also just let me know what's wrong with it. Like you said, you explain the problem. Here's the quick fix. Here's the permanent fix, and let's get to this point. Let me come back and check it in this many months. It's not like here's $3,000 later. I need to do this. It's very much you work with people's budgets.
Very true on that. The easiest one to say, especially for people who just come in and have a septic tank. Okay, the first thing you do is you call the plumber. The second thing you do is double check with that plumber that you go to have to clean out the septic tank. You don't go straight to cleaning the septic tank. Before,
gotcha.
if you go outside and there's water in those things, those clean outs that are outside, call the plumber.
Call the plumber.
Don't call the pump guy yet. Call the plumber.
Call the plumber. So, Bill, how do people get a hold of you? Big Sky Plumbing, where do we find you at?
The best way to do it would be 636-7370, and that's my number. I hope I can get to you. I hope I can call you back. Things are so busy with me the last few months and if it's an emergency and I can't get back to you, I'm very sorry. I try to take a look at the voicemails around lunch, depending on when that is, because it's not set at 12 o'clock or 11, 12.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's not until 3 or 5 that I finally get to take a lunch.
Get a lunch, yeah.
Yes, very true on that one.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, and anybody else that needs good plumbing, call Big Sky Plumbing.
Thank you very much. You take care.